So the other day, I was talking to a student of mine who is now 5 months sober. And she was telling me how she just got back from the best weekend ever. She'd been catching up with an old drinking buddy, and they'd shared a bottle of Prosecco together, that alcohol-free Prosecco. And they just had the best time. And this student of mine, Martina, was telling me about this because she was so shocked at how well it had gone. She'd actually been dreading it beforehand, like dreading the reaction from her old drinking buddy. She'd even contemplated not going and just cancelling at the last minute and bailing because she couldn't imagine what it was going to be like. This whole conversation reminded me of my own alcohol-free journey and how worried I was to tell people that I'd stopped drinking or that I was taking a break from drinking. To me, it felt like this huge deal. And I admit, not everyone responded brilliantly, but many people were totally fine about it. In fact, I distinctly remember telling one friend from work that I decided to stop drinking, and I kind of delivered it like this really big announcement. And she responded in the way you might respond if someone told you that they were no longer drinking tea. Like, she just seemed a bit bemused that I even needed to tell her. And I was confused and surprised that she was so cool with it because I got drunk with her plenty of times. And so I just assumed that alcohol was as important to her as it was to me. But turns out I was wrong. So listen, if you can relate to any of this, if this stuff is on your mind too, what are other people going to say and think? Here are 3 things to consider. First of all, what if you end up being like me and my student Martina, and you are just wrong about other people? Experience tells me that you are going to be quietly surprised by how many people are okay with it. When alcohol has been such a big deal to us, we sometimes forget that it's just not so all-consuming to other people. Second, watch out for those times when your brain creates a whole load of unnecessary drama about this. So your brain is wired to be slightly negative, and it is brilliant at catastrophizing. That's why you end up thinking things like, but everyone else drinks. If you notice yourself saying that, or talking about how things always or never happen, any of these black and white statements, then you know your brain is generalizing and going to extremes. I just cannot let you indulge this story that everyone is going to give you a hard time. It is just not true, and thinking that will keep you stuck. Here's the third thing. What if other people just need someone else, like you, to go first? What if other people would really benefit from someone else shaking things up a bit and suggesting that you meet for a walk instead of wine? Like, maybe they are quite willing to try an alcohol-free Prosecco, but they were just doing what you always do and ordering the regular alcoholic version. Sometimes all it takes is one person to break the status quo, and so many other people follow. Seriously, one of the complaints I hear from my students all the time is that when they go to parties, other people drink their alcohol-free drinks. It's outrageous. But just a reminder that there's always more demand than you think. So here's the bottom line. It is hard to predict exactly how other people will react to you putting a different liquid in your glass. But it is hardly the crime of the century, and I have a feeling that your worst fears might be misplaced. You might be underestimating just how supportive, open-minded, or relieved other people will be. Most half-decent people are just so much more flexible in their thinking than we anticipate. And even if a few people don't get it, that's okay. It says more about them than you. The important thing is that you get to do what's right for you and that you get to live a life that you feel proud of. And who knows, by going first, you might quietly give someone else the permission and the inspiration that they've been waiting for too.